Kenwood Sports, man. I'm back with another one. Gotta give a quick breakdown on that Saints and the Titans game that happened on Sunday, man. Derek Carr got his first win with the Saints, man. 17-16 victory. It was a close fought game. Was it 17-16 or was it 15-16? I think it was 15-16 as a matter of fact. Because the Titans kicked 5 field goals, I believe it was. So that was the most field goals in an opening regular season game, I think it was. But Derek Carr got his first game with the Saints. I was on my edge of my seat the whole time. Saints defense showed up big like they've been doing since last year. Top five defense in yards allowed, top 5 defense in sacks. Yes, look it up. That's what the Saints defense was last year. They've been consistently balling on defense since 2017. So, Marshawn Lattimore, Paulson Adebo, who else got a interception? I forgot. It was 3 picks. I know that. Ryan Tannehill threw 3 interceptions. Marcus May got a big interception down the field. 3 interceptions for the Saints. That was big. 3 big turnovers. Got a few sacks in there. I think it was 3 sacks, 3 interceptions. That's exactly what it was. 3 sacks, 3 interceptions. Cam Jordan got one of those. And then the running game. They stopped Derrick Henry from going off. He really had like 67 yards. Tyjae Spears, he's going to be a problem in the future. I can see that already. His athleticism, I seen that when he was at Tulane. That's the backup running back to Derrick Henry. The dude he didn't have many yards at all, but I can just tell by his movement and by his activity on the field that he's going to be a beast. And like I said, he was at Tulane. He did his thing when he was at Tulane. But back to the Saints, I gave the defense their props. Back to the offense. I'm loving the play calling right now. I'm loving the play calling. Pete Carmichael, I guess we couldn't call the plays that we was calling Sunday for the quarterbacks that we had. We had Andy Dalton back there last year and Jameis Winston back there last year. I guess they just did. I know Jameis Winston was struggling with an injury on his back last year, so a lot of people didn't know that. He was struggling with an injury on his back. I believe Andy Dalton probably would have lost his spot if Jameis Winston was healthy. But at the same time, Alvin Kamara was out. Chris Olave had a hell of a game. I love what I'm seeing from him. He picked up right where he left off last year. Michael Thomas, 5 catches. I think he had probably like 8 targets. He had 5 catches on those, 67 yards, a big one across the middle toward the end of the game when that last drive, I believe it was. Rashid Shaheed, this dude has picked up right where he left off last year. He is the number 3 receiver right now, but he quickly making his way up the depth chart. Dude can ball. He fast. He probably had over 200-something yards total with his punt returning and his receiving. The dude fast. They calling plays for him. Pete Carmichael, they starting to trust him. I seen him run a reverse with him multiple times in this game. One of them got called back. Keith Kirkwood with the hole. One of them got called back. A big one too. And that was one of the game sealers. That could have been one of the ones that helped seal the game. But at the same time, he caught a big one downfield. Big one. That was the one that really sealed the game. So Rashid Shaheed, man, if y'all don't know him, go look this dude up. He come from a small school. He was with the Saints last year. His first year, he probably had 400 or 500 yards last year. But the dude can ball. Dude got hands. Dude got speed. Dude got his head on his shoulders. I can see from his interview. He focused. You got to go check him out. The backup running back, Jamal Williams, that we got from Detroit. The dude had a slow start. Saints was more focused in getting the passing game going. The running game was. The Tennessee is stout up front. They are very stout up front. Big Simmons and those guys are stout up front, man. It's tough to run the ball on them. They defensive tackles are beast. You got to have a heck of an offensive line, and you got to be a threat to pass the ball if you're gonna run the ball on Tennessee. So Saints run game didn't get going too much. They brought in Taysom Hill for a couple of plays. He didn't really get going like that. But I feel like Derek Carr getting his first win gonna get him more confidence. Jawan Johnson made some big catches in that game. The tight end, Jawan Johnson. If you don't know him, look him up. He had 7 touchdowns with the Saints last year. 7 touchdowns with the Saints at tight end position. I like what he's doing. I like what I'm seeing from him. The dude focuses another dude with his head on his shoulders, and he ready to be successful as a starting tight end with the Saints. So you got to go check that guy out. like I said, that defense, Demario Davis, Cam Jordan, Lockdown Lattimore, Marcus May, Paulson Adebo, I love what I'm seeing from them. Even Pete Warner, the linebacker, number 20, white guy. Dude can play some football, man. Dude can play some football. I see him out there making tackles, getting stops. See him out there in coverage. If the Saints can keep this up, I already got them the favorite to win the NFC South. But the defense is tight. The defense is firm. I feel like when Kamara come back, with Pete Carmichael, with the play calling that he doing, they're getting back to the play calling that we had when Sean Payton was there, getting guys in space. When you got talent like Rashid Shaheed and you got guys like Chris Olave, who's a downfield threat, and Michael Thomas, who across the middle threat, and you bring out Kamara out the backfield, defense is not going to know what to do with that. I'm telling you, you have to be a tight defense like the 49ers or the Dallas Cowboys to be able to deal with these dudes. And Derek Carr, I never was a strong fan of Derek Carr like that. But Derek Carr got an arm on him. He done threw for over 4,000 yards multiple times. And he got an arm on him. If he got a target like he got with Chris Olave, and he got a guy in Rashid Shaheed, like I said, and Michael Thomas with them sure hands, he gonna be all right. I ain't got no doubts. But it was a hard fought game. I'm glad they pulled it out. I feel like the Saints got cheated on a couple of plays by the referees, but the Saints always getting a raw deal when it comes down to the referees. I don't know what it is. I guess because we're a small market team. But next week, game 2 in Carolina against the Panthers. I feel like we're going to continue on this same streak. I feel like the Saints can good enough to get that win next week, week 2. So I'll be back with another breakdown. Kenwood Sports, y'all know what it is.